Massive shock. Jannik Sinner is out of Roland Garros. The world #1, one of the biggest favourites ever before a ball was hit, is out at the hands of Cerundolo. Not Francisco, but his brother. This is a crazy story, and this is our reaction.
Absolutely wild. And I've got to give you a little bit of credit. I've got to stop saying that. You said, will Sinner be able to hang in the midday heat in Paris? We know he doesn't like it. He's a bit of a ginger. And it proved to be the case. It was not plain sailing at all. It was for 2 sets. He looked fantastic for the first 2 sets. Hard hitting, composed, and on his way to an amazing victory at 5-1 up. He was in that third set. You thought, this is a foregone conclusion. Just need to get this over the line now. And then suddenly, all hell breaks loose for Jannik Sinner. Body started to betray him, I think is the right way of looking at it. Bear in mind, 33 degrees. It's hot. And for someone like him who can't handle it, it's tough to watch. I know the pain of playing in hot weather, and I do not like it one bit. And I've watched Sinner, could see myself out there on the court giving up with him and his body giving up. But yeah, he was struggling. And the biggest moment really was when he was coming back, Cerundolo. There was just nothing coming from Jannik Sinner. He got all the way to 5-4. He was serving it out for the match. And then he calls a medical timeout at love 40 on his serve. He takes a moment. He sits by the side. We got to put some of these images I don't think I've ever seen before. He took a moment to go and just sit by the side of the court, which is concerning. He's just lost the last 15 points to Cerundolo. And the complete capitulation of that. When he came back onto the court, he looked like a man stripped of his soul, like a ghost on the court. It was almost like watching, I'm not going to say an amateur playing, but some of the shots that were hit after this moment were terrible. There were smashes going 5 meters long. There were drop shots going into the bottom of the net. There were frames. There was everything that you didn't want to see. It was like a complete opposite to Jannik Sinner came back onto the court. And it's not like Cerundolo even had to do anything too technical. He just had to keep it in play and keep moving him around, and he would eventually beat him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely astonished. I can't believe we're doing this episode. I was so convinced Jannik Sinner was winning this tournament, like most people was. To find himself in this position is cruel. And I know you said you've not seen it before, but we kind of have. We've seen it this whole tournament. I mean, Mensik collapsing yesterday, struggling to get up. We had the Casper Ruud match, which was pretty similar, I would say, to this. The difference between what happened with Casper Ruud and what happened today was in the Casper Ruud match against Safulin also at the same time ended up having an injury and unable with his hip to hit the ball properly. So that is the little bit of fortune Ruud had, and he seemed to be able to bounce back in that fifth. And I don't know what happened, but tactically, I feel like Ruud played it a lot better than what Jannik Sinner did. I feel like Sinner throughout the match was trying to win too many points when he probably should have just completely taken off the third and the fourth set. I feel like he was a little bit too competitive in those sets where he should have taken it off completely, taken his medication, and then gone everything into the fifth. And that's what Casper Ruud did, and it worked for him. So we have seen something similar only the other day, and we did a podcast on it. With Jannik Sinner, however, I feel like out of all of the players on tour, he is known to be a little bit weak physically in a fifth set. His fifth set record is not good. Granted, I mean, some of them maybe against Carlos Alcaraz is a little bit unfair. Let me see if I can pull it up because I had it a second ago.
I'll look on the screen.
You got it on the screen? There we go. So fifth set record, 6 wins, 12 losses. For someone like Jannik Sinner, if you look at his numbers, which is insane, by the way. This is not a good look. And the reason is Jannik Sinner physically does struggle when it gets tough and when it gets hot. And I said it yesterday. I said, the big problem is, and I messaged a few people as well at the time, and I said, he's on Chatrier, 11 a.m. This is not good. This is the heat. This is going to be dangerous. Let's see how he copes. Of course, I never thought he was going to lose. Not for a million years. And nobody did. I mean, he had the match won. He beat Cerundolo today rather convincingly. Then when your body leaves you, you physically can't move, you have no power. It doesn't matter who's the other side of the net. You are going to lose. Having a clay court specialist in Cerundolo who's acclimatized to these conditions from Argentina is one of the worst things to have. I mean, you could have had, there's a few of them playing today, not just Argentinian, but South Americans. The guy, who was his name? The one who's went to 5 with Vallejo. These guys, you don't want to play them on a day like this. They are dangerous. They can do some really dangerous things. And he unfortunately had one of them style of players. But any of them would have beaten him today because I think everyone would have beaten him because his body just left it. Everything just left him. So we've got Gil here saying, started the tournament thinking nobody could beat Jannik Sinner. The crazy reality of today is that nobody could have beaten him.
Anybody.
Cerundolo did very little to drag Sinner into physical waters. Down 2 sets and 5-1 at 1 hour 54, and the Heat beat Sinner.
Yeah, anybody could have beaten him. I totally agree with Gil here. It was one of those. If you're a professional tennis player on the tour and you're in Roland Garros and your body was still going, you're beating him today. That's the reality of it. No disrespect to Cerundolo because he's an amazing clay court player, but there is no chance if Sinner was playing even half his best that he was going to get that match. So that it's just a real shame for Jannik Sinner because this is you've just got to feel for him in a way because no Carlos Alcaraz in this tournament. He was a point away last year from winning Roland Garros, and this year the temperature has rocketed into. It's just a heat wave across Europe. It's the worst possible thing. I bet when he saw the weather report, he thought, "Oh, give me a break, please," because he just can't handle it. It's one thing being bad in fifth sets, but it's just being bad in the heat in general. I think when you can't physically go any further because your body is literally just shutting down in these conditions, can you perform? Is it even worth playing when you're playing in these type of like hot conditions? I don't know if I've ever seen Sinner do well when it's been these conditions. Thinking about it, he's had lots of occasions that have come up where he struggles in the heat, and tennis is predominantly played in hot conditions as well. So credit to him. He's done pretty well up until this point. But this is just, we've seen what's happened this week. Even Kwame, during his match, he put his head in the freezer halfway through it because it's that hot out there. Mensik couldn't get up off the floor. Casper Ruud nearly passed out during his match. Everybody's suffering. But other players are finding a way to win. And that's the one thing that Jannik Sinner doesn't seem to have. His body can't go to that extra length.
I think steady on as well, Ben. I'm going to pull up on a few things there because you're saying, all tennis is in the heat. This guy's just won 30 matches in a row. I mean, he's only lost a match for a long time. So he's not doing too bad in terms of tennis and the way he's played. Some of them have been some hotter matches and some of them cooler. But Jannik Sinner wins everything. And I expected him to win today, and so did you. So did everyone. So let's be a little bit realistic here. What this is a huge shock. We're going to now value and put more emphasis on the conditions every single time we watch Sinner now, certainly for the next few years. And the position we found ourselves in is unprecedented territory. I mean, what's it? 9 of the last slams. I've got some stats. I don't know if you want to bring them up.
Sure.
Have been won by Alcaraz and Sinner. That's now going to be broken. You've got a situation where no Alcaraz, no Sinner, no Daniel Medvedev. Who's going to actually win this Grand Slam? Is Djokovic now favourite? I mean, Djokovic, I think, can now go and win Roland Garros. We was laughing, saying he shouldn't have played it, should have saved himself for Wimbledon. There's no chances here. Djokovic, is he favourite? Maybe he is. I'm going to have a look at the odds. We're not going to find out until after play. Yeah, here we go. We'll break the streak of 9 consecutive slams won by Sinner and Alcaraz. The thing with this is Alcaraz didn't play and Sinner got attacked by the heat. In typical times, one of them probably would have won this tournament. But tennis,
Yeah, but I can't say
you've got
attacked
to
by the
consider
heat
everything.
though. This is part and parcel of playing. In Australia, he's managed to win the slam twice, and that is sometimes even hotter than this.
Yeah, but
so
I think it's freakish what's going on at the moment in Paris.
I think it's just freakish across Europe. It's just
I've
crazy.
not seen
humidity.
players. Yeah, I've not seen players dropping like flies like it have this tournament. And credit to the ones who are doing it. I mean, credit to your Kwame's, these guys who are doing some crazy things right now in the heat. And this could be a tournament where we see an Argentine go on and win the whole thing.
But let's put it into perspective, though. We're not talking about, look at Jakub Mensik. This is what I want to say. 4 hours 40, and then he gave up. Essentially, his body gave up. He didn't give up. He won the match, and then Jannik Sinner, first set 36 minutes, second set 46 minutes, third set it was probably around about 30 minutes. So he's been on court less than 2 hours, and his body's stopped. That's why it's crazy. It's not like it's half the time Mensik was on court, and half the time probably Casper Ruud was on court, and his body is done.
Yeah, it's not good at all. I think he is one of the weakest with it, and that's why he struggled so much in fifth sets. I just don't think stamina-wise he's got what it takes. I mean, there's clearly cramps to play as well because his body was just cramping with the heat and conditions. Just didn't have any power. It's one of them ones where I feel like you can't grip the racket. You're trying to hold it, but it doesn't feel right in your hands. And
his posture, everything was off. Like you can see, because when your movement is like off, you can't get to the ball in time. You don't position yourself correctly. You could see his return of serve was hands on knees. That's not a way Jannik Sinner is ready to return serve. Hands on knees, and then stand up just to try and hit it back. No, the body language. It reminds me a bit of me. That's what I'm saying. In the heat, I'll go and hide in the shade at the back of the court just to try and get a respite, and then I'll come back quickly just to hit the ball. That's what it felt like. Someone just wanted out. There was no shade anywhere. Full sun everywhere on the court. And Cerundolo, fair play to him, he just went, all right, fair enough. I'm just going to play different paces, little drop shot here, little drop. Every time he did a drop shot, won the point. And that's what you do. Just win the match. Fair play to Sinner. He didn't retire from the match. That's about the best you can really say from him. He showed some heart just to go on and not give everyone the chance to go, no, he withdrew from that. Why did it? He finished the match. Well done.
Yeah, he did finish it. I am disappointed, and I'm in a position now where I just don't know what's going to happen at Roland Garros because probably since we've done these podcasts, we've seen some shocks over the years, and we've done many episodes on them, but I can't recall a bigger one. I think, honestly, I would say this is the biggest shock I've seen for the last few years. Since we've been doing these podcasts, I can't recall a bigger shock than this one.
We'll tease up nicely for Nishikori picks as well. And this one, do you want to take us through this? You've nicely told me about it.
Yeah, so a better placed a €31 bet live on Sinner to lose when he was leading 6-3, 2 and 1. And he just won £31,000. I mean, what a ridiculous bet that is to take it on. I don't even know what to say about it. Like, what did he see? He must have seen, I don't know. He just thought, oh, he might lose this because of the heat. Crazy, crazy bet. I think they need to be tested for some kind of fix in here. Maybe it's someone who knew that Sinner was going to do this just before he did it. Insane.
Sinner's doctor,
just goes to
show.
Yeah, I'll check the IP address of this bet. Whoever did it.
That's it. I reckon someone from within his team who knew that around about 2 hours, his body will give up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what more we can say about it. It is shocking. It is huge news. That's why we have to bring this instant reaction to it. there's still much more tennis to talk about. We will bring a podcast later talking about everything else that's going on. But we'd love to know in the comments, who do you have winning the tournament? Because so many people must have picked Jannik Sinner coming in. Who is the favourite now?
I think
to win?
95%, 99% of people had Sinner.
Yeah.
I've not met anyone who doesn't think Sinner was going to win this tournament or
Nope.
heard it at all. So now we're in a tournament where I think in 2026 of May, Djokovic could be favourite, which I don't even know about that. Probably Zverev will be, but is Zverev really the favourite? Not for me. Hadar's going to be rubbing his hands together. Tied's going to be rubbing his hands together. Fonseca, I mean, the Fonseca-Djokovic match is now huge. It's leveled it up. I mean, Fonseca could win Roland Garros if he wins that one. I mean, listen, there's so many tennis matches to be played, and there's about 20 names, a pool of 20 names who can now go and win this tournament, because I just didn't consider any of them aside from this guy. And maybe I've got one kind of reasoning behind it. Is it to his own detriment of how good he is? Because being so good, a lot of the matches he plays are quick. So he doesn't really get to test himself out in long matches. How many times does Jannik Sinner play for longer than 2 hours, say? Probably not that long, not that much.
Exactly.
And other players, they drop sets here and there. They go to 3 and then they win the match, even better players. But Sinner just doesn't drop many sets. He doesn't get broken much. He always breaks. He wins matches easily. And in Grand Slams, whenever it's really got tough, he's lost. I think Altmaier beat him a few years here in the 5th set. He's not good when it goes all the way to the end. You add heat on top of that, and it's a big problem. So I think all of the other players on the rest of the tour will be looking at this thinking, you know what? We can win big titles while Jannik Sinner is still playing, because all we need to do is stay in there long enough, which I say all you got to do. Nobody's really been able to do it yet. But if you can stay in there long enough, you never know what level he could then produce, and it gives you an opportunity.
Exactly. And do you think that he should maybe look at this? If he wanted to perform at his best in a 5th set, let's say, is it worth moving somewhere to train? Be in South America, maybe. Like, do what the Argentinians do. They have to go 4 hours playing in the hottest conditions.
Ben, he's ginger. I just don't think it's going to help. I mean, Boosters also is, and I feel like he handles it better. But yeah, I just think it's going to be
Peru,
tough.
though. That's what I mean. See, maybe he goes and speaks to Booster and says, "Come on, as a fellow ginger, I need some tips. Tell me what I need to do." And he might invite him down to South America. Who knows? But these are the temperatures that we've got across Paris over the next few days. And tomorrow, even hotter. It's going to be 33 degrees. It says 32 at the moment today. I think it has been 33. And then it cools down a bit, down to 24 on Sunday, and going all the way down to 21 by the end of next week. So Jannik Sinner, if you could have just hung in there, you would have been all right.
He would have won the tournament if he hung in there. But looking at tomorrow, we've got Hadar Mikkelsen, 11:30. So let's see how them two get on, because that is the worst time slot. So Hadar will have to play in ridiculous heats tomorrow. If he handles that easily, I don't know. We don't know if it's not easy, Ben, for anyone. I don't care where you're from.
Do you reckon he would have been able to get through this?
Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? But with Djokovic, his matches at 2:30 against Fonseca, a little bit later. He's probably going to hope matches before go longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, Djokovic, I think, could just miss out. But you never know. It's still quite a hot warm at 2:30.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's still going to be in the.
Although that's 3:30, isn't it, in France?
But yeah, I think still around 4 o'clock is hot. But if you go for a couple of hours, the shadow might come over the court a little bit. Then you might be all right.
I think Djokovic
down 2 sets to love, comes back to winning 5. Then,
not a bad bet.
Well, I don't know. I don't want him going 5 this early in the tournament. But let us know, who is your favourite to win Roland Garros now that Jannik Sinner is out, and tell us your thoughts about him. What does he have to do? What does he have to change to be able to win in 5th set matches? This is crazy. It's 6 out of 18 now he's won. Terrible.
Yeah. I mean, Casper Ruud, another one who can go on and win this tournament.
Yeah. looks good. He's been through the worst of it, I think. Now, surely it can't happen again for him.
But no, let's wrap it up there. I'm really disappointed. I'm sure a lot of Sinner fans are too. Just can't believe what I've witnessed. The greatest shock I've seen ever, really, in tennis since I've been doing these episodes. So let us know your thoughts in the comments section. If you haven't already, hit the like button, and we'll see you later for a roundup episode.
See you then.